Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host, Stephen Moose. And before we get started, please remember our disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, nor any divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We got a Dick Nabbit, the Lone Ranger, past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael. Your comment I see out of the corner of my eye got me. How's everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We got a great show for y'all planned. Lots of news going around. Absolutely awesome. I do believe, now that I think about it, I almost missed a bit of news. Let me pull it up on my phone for when we talk about it. Yep, there it is. Almost missed that. But I was able to catch it. We are in the middle or towards the end now of division reunion season. Some people are having elections. Some people are just going out there, getting together, and protecting the Confederate soldiers' good name. So we got a lot of events for you tonight. Oh, my gosh. Do we have a lot of events for you? I have a packed show. I love having a packed show. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We have the Kentucky Division Commander in the chat. Dave is in the chat. Victor Smith is in the chat, Camp Commander of Camp 741. Got Michael C. Hardy, the official SCV chat historian. Mr. Allen, Mr. John, and Jude. Just booked your room for the National Reunion. Yes, make sure. National Reunion is almost upon us. It is a time to figure out what National's doing other than Commander's comments. And, of course, scvchat.com. I'm getting way too much stuff to plug at this point. But it's also a great time to get together with your fellow Southern brothers. And, I tell people all the time, we have a serious job ahead of us protecting our heritage, and we do. Our heritage is under attack. I would come close to saying more than it ever has in our history. But that doesn't mean you can't have some fun with your brothers. So, National Reunion, I didn't start going till I think about 4 years ago. I think this will be my fifth one in a row now. And I've always went to, of course, my division reunion, even as a cadet. But I can't stress the importance of going to your division national reunions. And, of course, I love, and I cannot wait for the fact I have to get money first. And that's my problem, as I am self-employed. And so I tell people in a running joke with my father that, I don't pay myself well. So sadly, I can't go out to everything. And of course, that's something I think we all face, not being able to go out to everything. But going to division reunions can help you out. Like, I can't tell you how many times in a state of division address I've sat back and been like, wow, that's an awesome idea. An idea I would like to try to bring over to the Mississippi Division. So it's always so good to be able to sit back and think, wow, yeah, this is awesome. Christian, I hope to see you at one. National reunions are a blast, man. I am blessed enough, right, Commander-in-Chief? Our Commander-in-Chief, Jason Boshiers, is in the chat, to be able to help him on national reunions. It is a great honor, and with that, my SCV chat dudes, again, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love what I do. I run around like a chicken with my head cut off, so it is hard to get in touch with me. It's best to come find me at night when I have General McMoose with me trying to take pictures for Moosemania than it is to talk to me during the actual reunion. I am scared of the oratory this year. I'm extremely scared of the oratory this year. Kentucky Division Commander Thompson said he'll be at the National Reunion, hopefully. Let me catch up on the chat. I see we have a lot of people. We have Dr. Samuel Mitchum Jr. in the chat. Good to see you, sir. About to have to try to trick you to come back on again soon. Vinny, yeah, we need to trick Vinny into coming. Is there anything camps can do to help catching center. Let me get back to you on that, John. I will try to get some information for you. I'll save that. We have Miss Susie in the chat. Good to see you. Y'all are down there at Beauvoir because this weekend is Mississippi Division reunion. So if you've been trying to contact me this week, I'm deeply sorry. I have been extremely busy this week, more than I have any right to be. But again, I tell people all the time, if I can make this a career, I would in a heartbeat. I love the SCV with all my heart, man. It is a blessing to do what I get to do day in and day out for my heritage and for my ancestors. See here, yep. Commander-in-Chief Joseph Boshier is in the chat. Mr. Ryan in the chat. Mr. Ray in the chat. Mr. John. Lone Ranger Chuck McMichael talking about how it's National Chocolate with Almonds Day. Mr. Kim in the chat. Mr. Keith. And the most sharp-dressed man in the SCV, past Commander-in-Chief Chuck. Paul Graham Jr. in the chat. It's good to see you, sir. How's Miss Linda doing? How's my Gigi doing? I hope she's doing good. I cannot wait to see her. I've missed her so much. I hope I can corner her up at some point. We have our Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief, Walter D. Donnie Kennedy in the chat. Good to see you, sir. Let's see here. Jude. I think I already introduced you, Jude. Yes, I'm going to need you at reunion. Happy to help, Commander. And yes, reunions are addictive, Commander. I tell people all the time that it's a feeling I cannot describe. Of course, I always love going to Confederate events, SCV events, especially, putting up a monument, honoring someone's ancestor, honoring a Confederate veteran period. I love those. I live for those, man. They're so awesome. And to have any part in it is truly a blessing. Yes, make sure y'all share the chat. Thank you, Christian. Make sure you share this out today. I've been getting, again, ready for the Mississippi Division reunion, and I have just been extremely busy. Getting ready for the Alabama reunion this weekend and Saturday. I'm going to mess with you Alabama folks real quick because I love y'all, and I love everything y'all do over there in Alabama, so I can make this joke. Why do y'all have to have your reunion the same day as Mississippi? I would love to go to the Alabama Division reunion. I don't know if I'll be able to go, though, for the foreseeable future with y'all having it on the same day. I'm going to mess with y'all's division leadership every chance I can get to talk about that. And we'll be talking about this. General Forrest's boyhood home is almost here. Sadly, I won't be able to go this year. Bless my heart, I've been trying to go for the past 2 years, but, something comes up. It's a good something. I'm not going to talk about it here live on the show right now. I'll probably talk about it after it happens. But, sadly, I won't be there. But I do know that SCV Chat will have a presence in the future because we all love General Forrest. Heck, my family loves General Forrest so much. There's 2 generations in my family named after General Forrest. Moose fact of the week. The Dixie Moose, while very keen on Southern... a boost of speed. You're funny. Let's see here. Oh, she's doing great. Great to hear. That always warms my heart to hear that Gigi, Miss Linda, is doing great. Jude says Alabama's competing with Mississippi to be declared, who will be declared the official heart of Dixie. Well, a friendly competition, Alabama, is always welcome. Oh, that would be awesome. Let me know if you guys can do that, David, and we'll try to share it out here on the page. All right. I think I got caught up with everything. We're going to jump into the news. We got a lot of it tonight. Yes. Join the group. It is a fantastic group. I learned so much in that group. I love groups like that because I'm steadily trying to find the education my college is, I'm plural now, were supposed to provide for me that have not. So you're getting all the way down here. There's so much we have tonight. I cannot wait. Let's See here. First, we'll go ahead and start with the Private William O'Reilly Milton Camp 741. On June 13th, they will have a let's see here, Baron on, the daughter of the Carver of Stone Mountain. And on July 11th, we get to hear from Historian-in-Chief Forrest S. Dawes. That's going to be a good one, that July 11th one. Of course, I'm a little biased, and of course, the fact I hope to be there. I hope I can hitch a ride with my father. Might have to sneak in the back of his truck, but I hope to be there. I'm messing with my father because I know he's not able to watch tonight because, again, he is one of the people down at Beauvoir setting up for the Mississippi Division reunion. I will be hopefully going down there as early as I can tomorrow. I love Beauvoir, and we'll talk about Beauvoir in a bit later. All right, staying with Camp 741 on October 7th. Let me pull the picture up. You'll have a wonderful picture. On July 7th at Pinewood Cemetery at 11 a.m. in Daytona Beach, Florida, the Private William Riley Milton Camp 741 will be having a footstone dedication for its namesake. I believe the descendants of Private William Riley Milton will also be in attendance. Whew. Now tell me about that. That's awesome. That is awesome. So make sure if you are around Daytona Beach, Florida on October 7th, go ahead and go support the Private William Riley Milton Camp. They're going to have a great event. I know they are. Reunions don't qualify Florida for having the title of Heart of Dixie. Thank you very much. That has always been an issue with Alabama and Mississippi. I love the Florida boys. They sent me a lot of news tonight, which is awesome. But speaking of Beauvoir, I'm about to pivot. Last Saturday, we held our 215th birthday celebration for President Jefferson Davis, and it was a blast. We all had a great time, and of course, I help out down there at Beauvoir, and it again is a blessing every day. And we had a great crowd. I got some pictures for you. Let's find them real quick. There's me in the PowerPoint room helping out our Chief of Heritage Operations, Mr. Ron Kennedy. I didn't get to hear much of the program, but again, it's a blessing to be there and help. But I had a great time. Of course, that is a picture that somehow made its way around the Mississippi Division, which is amazing. We had a great crowd. The past couple years, attendance was down, but we're bouncing back, and we're having some great attendances, knocking it out of the park. Beauvoir is still doing amazing things. Of course, also speaking that day was our Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief, Walter D. Donnie Kennedy. And he had a fantastic speech. I think I have the same picture. I meant to upload the picture. Well, nope, there he is with me in the corner. Of course, the two Kennedy twins. I'm trying to figure out which one's the handsome one. I don't want to say live on air. I don't want to get SCV chat cancer. But, of course, that was during the Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief's talk and the Chief of Heritage Operations talking right after him, and they both gave a great speech. And afterwards, we shot a cannon. Yes, Mississippi does it right. We shoot out a cannon in honor of Jeff Davis. And I think, what was it? I'm forgetting the name for it. I'm having a brain fart. But we shot out the cannon a bit. That is, of course, the Historian-in-Chief Forrest Dawes in there. You don't get to see much of him. And then there's Jack. Jack played the bugle for us that day. He did an outstanding job, so I want to thank you, Jack. It depends on which one you ask, Moose. Definitely. That's awesome. I'm glad y'all had a moment of silence for President Davis. We are trying our best right now to make Beauvoir the place to be, of course, to celebrate President Davis's birthday. So make sure you come and tune us in next year for the 216th birthday celebration. We have some great plans already in the works. And, of course, we had cupcakes and punch. Very good cupcakes and punch. It was a great, great, great day. Move this picture down here. Someone I have to mess with at the end of this show. All right, let's get back up here. Lot to talk about. But yeah, no, we had a great time at Beauvoir. Of course, the last home of President Jefferson Davis, where he wrote The Rise and Fall of the Confederacy, and his presidential library and museum. So if you're in Biloxi, Mississippi, close to Jefferson's birthday next year, I would show up. We got some great stuff already in the works. All right, moving on to the next bit of news, and it's the first annual Yellow Hammer Jammer, sponsored by the Alabama Division of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, on September 30th, 2023, at 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Confederate Memorial Park in Marbury, Alabama. Musical performances will be by Mutt Cooper, Allie Knight, Brendan Young, and Unreconstructed. Past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael will be our keynote speaker. And food and drinks are available. Games for the kids and adults, door prizes, historical presentations, and other activities. Bring your ice cream freezers, pop-up tents, and lawn chairs. There will be a hot dog eating contest for adults and kids, and no administration fee to enter the park. It will be a good day of family fun. Now, doesn't that sound fantastic? Sounds amazing to me. A picture was sent. When'd you send it, Commander? I'll get it in. Let's see here. I might have missed it. I don't usually miss stuff, though. Rumble has been blowing up the SCV chats. Let's see here. Email. It hits me up every time someone comments. I don't see it, Commander. Let me check. Surely it wouldn't send the Commander-in-Chief to spam. You'd be shocked who they send to spam. Half the time I have to double check the spam just in case I miss some news. Ah, there it is. All right, let's see here. All right, I will get that in for you, Commander, during the commercial break. Let me make sure I save that, and I'll have to run over there. All right, it depends. I already read that one. All right, going on to the next bit of news is the 21st Annual Forest Homecoming and Southern Heritage Festival. Cavalry, infantry, and artillery, historical speakers, musical entertainment, women's programs, a Confederate silent auction, Southern settlers, plus food and cold drinks. This will, of course, be held next Saturday, June 17th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Nathan Bedford Forest Boyhood Home. Now, if you've never been to this event, I beg you to clear out your calendar, because you will not be disappointed. I think even Carl Jones is going to be there. So you'll definitely not be bored. You guys will have a great time there at the Forest Homecoming. It's always a knockout of the park. They always do great jobs over there. And again, it's General Forest. It's the same thing as, what I was just saying about President Jefferson Davis and Beauvoir. The boyhood home of General Forest. General Forest's homecoming. Make plans. He's one of the greatest heroes to come out of the war, and from Robert E. Lee himself, he's the greatest general to come out of the war. So make sure you go support that awesome event. Let's see here. Getting on to a bit more news. Let's see here. Let's see here. My daughter and President Jefferson Davis have the same birthdays. We took her to Beauvoir when she was a child. They were having a Jeff Davis party then as well. So the staff converted it to a joint Lacey Mitchum Jeff Davis birthday party. She felt so special. That is awesome. We've had some great people at Beauvoir, and I'm so happy that y'all have that memory. And I hope to see you again down there soon one day, Dr. Mitchum. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday to your daughter. Let's see here. Everybody, a lot of people share a birthday with General Forrest, surprisingly, which is cool. Are there any? Let's see here. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that, Christian. Let's see here. All right, let's get down to some more news. Let's see here. All right, yep. Okay. It took me a minute to find it. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Commander in Chief. Commander in Chief Jason Boshears has told me that the speakers at the Forest Boyhood Home will be past Commander in Chief Larry McClooney Jr., Dr. Michael Bradley, and John Hill, descendant of the General A.P. Hill, and more to be announced. That's awesome. That's awesome. I have something, I believe, from Mr. John Hill. Again, my email has blown up. So let me check. Did I might have gotten that ready for tonight's show. Okay. All right. That's awesome. Y'all gonna have fantastic speakers. Man, I hate I'm gonna be out of town for that. All right, going on to the next bit of news. Boom. There's Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears in the middle. But this is at the dedication of the Lee Jackson Park by SCV Stonewall Brigade Camp 1296. Of course, it is awesome to hear another Confederate park opening up. Love Confederate parks. Wish we had more of them. Hint, hint. So I'm so happy that y'all were able to go down there, have a great dedication. And of course, I'm also happy that you guys got to see Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears there. In this picture we have here are the members of the Pennsylvania Vindicators Camp 828 and the Mechanized Cavalry 8th Platoon. Members from left to right are Commander Ricky, 7th Brigade Lieutenant Commander Frank, Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears in the middle, Lieutenant of the 8th Platoon, Mr. Stowell, and Sergeant of the 8th Platoon. Let's see here. Scrolling across the screen. Steve Shields. And up front seated is 2nd Lieutenant Commander Ed Clark. That's awesome. I'm glad y'all had a great event. It looks phenomenal. Congratulations. Let's see here. Next bit of news is going to take us to Louisiana for a rededication. So, Lieutenant General Richard Taylor Camp 1308 of Shreveport, Louisiana, held a rededication ceremony for the marker from the 46th United Confederate Veterans Reunion at its new location in the Confederate section of Greenwood Cemetery. Pictured in this are members of the Richard Taylor Camp, as well as members of the Nielsen Camp. We knew it was going to happen at some point. Sabin Rifles Camp and Hartsteel Camp. I really hope I got all that right. But another great day when you get to see a monument rededicated. And, of course, the Richard Taylor Camp has a lot of great people in it that are always working hard in Louisiana. Always good to hear from them. And it looks like y'all had a great event. Congratulations on that rededication. It's good to see that monument has found a loving home. And it is always going to be amazing. Tell us where the park is located. All right, here we go. Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears in for the win again. Thank you, Commander. The park is located at 181 at mile marker 200 outside of Lexington, Virginia. So I'll leave that up there for a second so you can either screenshot it, write it down wherever you may, and hopefully I hope you all try to go visit it. Next time I'm around Virginia, which surprisingly, I don't know when, but it'll probably be soon with how often I love traveling. I will definitely try to make sure to go out there. It's cool to see another Confederate park up. I love Confederate parks. We had one come up in Mississippi recently, and we are extremely proud of it in Calhoun. All right. We have a reunion to go over. The Kentucky Division Reunion happened last Saturday in Cave City, Kentucky. We got a lot of pictures from them. And normally, I'd only take a couple pictures, but with this being a division reunion, I'm going to try to put all of them in the show tonight. So on the first picture, we have the division commander, Thompson, who's on the left, giving out an award. It looks like a national officer. I can't make it out who he is, though. It's blurry on my screen. I wish I could show you my point of view. And, of course, I'm just going to go through these pictures. They had a lot of great pictures in here tonight. Just to go through a couple. Color guard. I know that guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is our Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief, Walter D. Donnie Kennedy. And Army of Tennessee Commander Jimmy Hill. And I believe that's General Robert E. Lee. Swearing in, probably of new either brigade or camp officers. I don't know how y'all have it done over there in Kentucky. I know we have the division commander in the chat, sir. If you want to put a couple comments, I'll put them on the screen for you. Of course, that looks like the award supper at the end. Army of Tennessee Commander Jimmy Hill. Again, Kentucky Division Commander Thompson. And I'm guessing your daughter, sir. Yes, I see Thompson very blurry on the diploma. So congratulations to all the award winners. Congratulations to Kentucky. Y'all are doing great things out there. I can't wait to hear more from y'all. Please send stuff in. And, of course, now we have the address of the division set up. So if you would like to come on and talk 1 month, please do. Any division, you are more than welcome to contact us at scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com. And I'd be loving to have you on and hear what you have going on in your division. Again, I'm a big fan of trying to help divisions reach out to the whole Confederation. It's why I love Look Around so much. It is a place for division and camp news to shine. And I'm a firm believer in getting y'all's news out there. So please, if you are a division or a camp, keep sending stuff in. It is never too much. Share this around to your circles in the SCV. It is never too much. I enjoy getting it. All right. Close to the halfway mark. One word, glasses. You are, you funny, Victor. You got jokes. I do act twice my age, though, in all the worst ways. I have back problems, my back spasms, and I messed up my knee in high school. And so if you see me standing for a long period of time, you'll see me running to find a chair because my knee hurts so bad. I have bad hearing. Commander-in-Chief Jason Bosiers can actually attest to my hearing, as well as my father, who has yelled at me and I've not heard him. And I have absolutely awful eyes. Awful eyes. Again, and I can't pronunciate anything. So again, why we put me in charge of the camp and division news, I will still to this day never know. Let's see here. Alabama Division Reunion is this weekend. Yes, Army of Tennessee. Councilman Carl Jones in the chat. I was giving y'all a little grief earlier for hosting it as the same weekend as the Mississippi Division. Just messing with y'all. Mr. Sean, I look forward to seeing you at the national reunion. I'll get it out. All right, next bit of news. Let's see here. Right, there it is. The William Hardy Camp in Dallas, Georgia, hosted its annual living history demonstration with 2 cannons and a relic show. Let's see. I think I have a bit more on that. Here we are. This event is held every year to honor the Confederate victory at the Battle of New Hope Church. The camp owns part of the battlefield, so the event takes place on the battlefield itself. The camp had its biggest turnout in the past 30 years. Awesome. Congratulations. And talked so many people into joining the SCV. I love to hear it. 2 of these people talked about currently working with the camp commander to see if they have Confederate ancestors so they can join the SCV as quickly as possible. The bluegrass group Band of Brothers also performed at the event. Let's see here. I think I have one more picture from y'all. Yes, I believe that's a monument y'all have there. Let's see here. So congratulations. I'm happy for y'all. Good to see y'all having a great event. Love hearing about great events. Let's see here. Well, see, I even have to lean in to see the chat. Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears throw me on the bus. I did tell him to, in his fairness. When Moose and I talk, the most said word is "huh." You'll either hear me say "sir," "huh," if I don't know who said it, or if I just did not hear a thing. I'm awful, absolutely awful. Not hearing parents don't count. Well, where I grew up, hearing your parents definitely count. Let's see here. I'm gonna though mess with of course the commander in chief real quick. Please don't fire me. He's looking forward to the Alabama Division reunion this year. I guess he didn't want to come hang out with us Mississippi boys. I guess we scared him off, or maybe he has too much of us to deal with already. One of the two. But I hope you guys have a great time. And of course, I hope the Alabama Division reunion is successful. Yes, that's the monument you came on here, Jude. That's what I thought when I saw it. So that camp is also in the process of putting up a monument. Jude, we'd like you to come on and give us a little update about the monument. You just need the statue, right? Oh, yeah. You say it in the chat. We just need the statue. Oh, I like to hear this. Mr. Sean from Look Around Florida, go check out his show, Tuesdays nights. We saw a camp get chartered at the Florida Division reunion this past Saturday. That's awesome. California SCV joining the chat. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all indeed. Oh, Dave, you're not late. You can always go back and rewatch. Let's see here. All right, next bit of news, we have an award. Let's see here. Mr. Terry of the Private William Riley Milton Camp 741 was awarded the Governor Milton Award, and it's the second highest award that can be presented in the Florida Division. Congratulations, sir. Florida Division Commander Calvin Hart placing the Governor Milton Award around the neck of Mr. Terry. Well, first off, congratulations, Mr. Terry. Thank you for your service to the cause and the SCV. And yeah, no, soak it in. Enjoy the award. Let's see here. Where are we getting to? All right. This would be a great time for a Pop-Tart break. Allow me to get it set up real quick. So much news tonight. My notes on StreamYard are everywhere, which is a great problem to have, I have to say. Let's get that in there. Whew. Oh, there we go. All right, and of course, took me a second. Tonight's Pop-Tarts break is sponsored by the Kennedy Twins' newest book, and we actually have something new to read off for y'all for that. The Kennedy Twins were nice enough to provide this. Let's see here. Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. Jefferson Davis was the South's last real president, our last legitimate president. Why? Because according to the Declaration of Independence, legitimate governments are based upon the consent of the governed. Lincoln established the current political system using not the consent of the governed, not consent. Ooh, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you. We'll just say President Lincoln was a tyrant. The bloody bayonet was substituted for free and voluntary consent. In 1861, Davis and the men of Gray fought for the same principles and freedoms that our colonial forefathers fought in 1776. Of course, Jefferson Davis was a plantation owner and used his resources to educate his slaves and prepare them for a day in which they could join Southern society as free and self-supporting citizens. As a statesman, he was an outspoken advocate of the Constitution and was written by the founding fathers and ratified by the sovereign states. Jefferson Davis made numerous requests for a trial, especially on a charge of treason, but the Yankees refused to give Davis this. I wonder why. And through Davis, the South, his day why did they not give him his day in court? Well, buy the book and find out. They were afraid they would lose in court and, of course, prove that secession is still today a constitutional right. Of course, this is a phenomenal book, jam-packed with so much knowledge. I've started reading it a couple weeks ago, and let me tell you, just slam-packed with knowledge. Definitely make sure you go get the Kennedy Twins' newest book, and you can get this book at www.kennedytwins.com and most online bookstores. I believe it's available at Beauvoir and scv.org. So make sure, again, to go support them. Phenomenal book. You won't be disappointed, and it gives you more information to use in your toolbox, people. Something we talk about here a good bit on the show. So we want to thank the Kennedy Twins for sponsoring tonight's Pop-Tart break, and we will be right back after this break.
There is a place nestled in the rolling farmland of southern Middle Tennessee. A home constructed in 1837, nearly lost to the ravages of war. Saved by a servant and a Confederate general. A place where families loved and lost. If walls could talk, what stories could be told? If a place, a home, can feel love, loss, pain, surely this is one of those places. Nearby is a more recent structure, and inside are the stories of heroes and heroines, stories of battles won and lost, stories of sacrifices made by the people of its native soil. A place that will tell the true and complete story of the Southland and the war fought for its freedom. From the causes that led to the conflict to the modern-day struggles to protect Southern history. Historic Elm Springs and the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs are the general headquarters for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. A place where the story of the Southland and its historic struggle is preserved and told. Come and discover your history.
I always love that commercial. It always just something about it, Let's see here. But we want to again thank the Kennedy Twins. Bless my heart. Speaking of Pop, Carl. I want to thank again the Kennedy Twins for sponsoring tonight's Pop-Tart break with their newest book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government, available at www.kennedytwins.com and most online bookstores. We thank y'all again, and we hope to have y'all on soon to talk about said book. Carl got me. Let's see here. Carl asked, who did the music for it? That would be a past Commander-in-Chief Larry McClooney or Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshear's question. Speaking of Pop-Tarts, when would the son of Harold Philpott be back on? Hopefully soon. I know from right now, I think he's coming to National. I haven't talked to him in a while, actually. So I do not know. I'll have to get back to you on that, actually, Carl. I do not know when he will be back, but hopefully soon. We miss him here on the chat. All right, going into the next bit of news, we'll go to the Texas division, and they held an election this year. And let's see, let me put it up on the screen. They have newly elected division officers. They have Commander Michael Hunley, First Lieutenant Commander Shelby Little, Second Lieutenant Commander Jim Cox, and Third Lieutenant Commander SCV Chat's own from the Alamo City Guards, Chat Code Red himself, Cody. Congratulations to all you new officers. I'm so happy that y'all are able to win your elections, and I cannot wait to see what y'all do in the Texas division. I wish y'all all the best luck, and of course, SCV Chat is here if we can help in any way. So thank you. Thank you. Going on to the next bit of news. We talked about this at the beginning. I wanted to bring it back up. Here is, of course, let me bring up the comment. There it is. Our Commander-in-Chief, Jason Boshears, and Army of Trans-Mississippi Commander J.C. Hanna at the 10 Commandments marker at the Host Hotel for the Texas Division reunion. Wow, I could not have planned that better. That is amazing, don't you think? But that is an awesome picture. I love seeing that stuff. The sad thing is you don't get to see it that much anymore. So I want to thank the Commander-in-Chief himself, Jason Boshears, for submitting that for us here. All right. Getting on to the next bit of news. Let's see here. Let's see here. The Anna Eliza Johns UDC Chapter 161 had their 145th consecutive memorial service at Green Hill Cemetery in Donville, Virginia, where over 600 Confederate soldiers are buried. Wow, isn't that just awesome? First off, congratulations. That is an amazing accomplishment. And second off, let's see here. The Pennsylvania Vindicators Camp 828 supported the ceremony and had 8 members there. They placed wreaths, and the Mechanized Cavalry also placed wreaths, and Camp 828 also provided taps for this wonderful event. Good to see the UDC and the SCV working together. Always warms my heart to see us work together with our sister organization. I think that's the right term. Please correct me if I'm wrong, which I know y'all won't. But it's just good to see. And good to see y'all had a great event out there. It's just good to go all around. We had it looks like we've had a great year news-wise. Seeing all these great events has really always been very heartwarming to me. Going on to our last bit of news, we actually have this from the official SCV Chat historian, Michael C. Hardy. So there is a fundraiser project. Let me put it up in the chat, link in the chat to go support it. Fundraising for the Hayes tombstone. Now let me put this little mock-up picture they have there, and let me give you a bit about him. Luckily, Mr. Hardy gave me a good bit of information to go by. Let's see here. Mr. Landon Carter Hayes was a Tennessee politician and Confederate senator. During the war between the states, he was born and raised in Carter County and inherited the Hipton Hayes estate when he got married. During the war, he moved to Richmond, Virginia as a Confederate senator. During and after the war, Senator Hayes lost his property and moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where he lived the rest of his life. He was buried in Memphis, then moved to Jackson, Tennessee, where he no longer has a headstone. Our goal is to fundraise and have a headstone erected for him. This project is from the Lieutenant Robert J. Timpson SCV Camp 2083 in Elizabeth, Tennessee. Wow, just wow. Thank y'all for taking on that project. I cannot wait to hear when y'all get it up. And of course, if SCV Chat can help out in any way, please let us know. And of course, you can support this fundraising effort with the link in the chat, GoFundMe. I just posted it, so please go check them out and help them out. According to Meredith, the grandniece of the son of Harold Philpott, he will be at National Union for a brief time. Well, I hate that he's not going to be there for long, but at least we get to see him. Maybe we'll try to put him on the show. Last time we had the emphasis, the famous now Pop-Tart incident where at 7:30 every night, the son of Harold Philpott eats a Pop-Tart. And it's something in my life I wish I could make up. You know when that friend always tells the story and you just sit there and you're like, oh, he's embellished that. And he has to look at you. No, I didn't. That was the most interesting phone call I had on that whole season of SCV Chat. Maybe the whole show. 7 was it 7:37? Did we change it to 7:30? I think we might have. But yeah, no, he's a big fan of Pop-Tarts. I can't even explain that one, but I'm glad he's going to be at the national reunion. He past Commander-in-Chief Paul Gramley Jr., who's friends with the sons of Harold Philpott, said he plans on relaxing during the reunion. So good for him. He deserves to relax. He and his father have done a lot for the SCV. I can't even tell y'all. Just a lot. But please go support the fundraising project for the Hayes Tombstone. Again, link is in the chat at and GoFundMe. So that, I think, almost wraps up the news. Now, while I am getting everything ready, I have a bit of a surprise, something that GCB does not know I'm doing. Miss Susie, if you're in the chat, cover his ears. Let's see if I can even get away with this. He might come in before and stop me. But as you all know, the Mississippi Division's having its reunion and elections this weekend. And that means SCV Chat's co-founder, Mississippi Division Commander, Connor Bond, will be going out of office. Connor has been in office since the creation of SCV Chat. Matter of fact, and I am going to tell a bit of a story here because of just how long it's really where our friendship started, is his election to Mississippi Division Commander. So while he won't let me talk about this any other time, so I'm going to talk about a closing show. We are done with the news. I will ask that y'all please share and make sure we get this news out. So for those who do not know, all my life in the SCV, and this is not a bad thing, let me say that beforehand, I was very camp-oriented. I was a cadet of the Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255, a camp that my father has been camp commander of since I was a cadet. And we did a lot of great things, and I really focused on that. I didn't really have the calling I do now to want to get involved on the national division level. I was very happy doing my part on the camp level, which, again, the camps are the backbone of the SCV. New people might not know the history of SCV Chat, so please tell a story. We do have an interesting history, and you can find a summary of it on scvchat.com. So I was very, very happy to be involved in my camp level. And again, didn't have any aspirations to get involved on the division level or at national level. I've been to maybe 2 national reunions at that point. And so my camp actually are the ones that came up to me. Our camp adjutant at the time, Greg, who's a family, who's in the family, came up to me and told me, hey, there's this new kid. His name is Connor Bond. He's Lieutenant Division Commander of the Mississippi Division. He's running for Division Commander. Why don't you go talk to him? I think you and him, it would be good to get some youth involved on the division level. And that's what was approached to me as we need to do something to get more youth involvement. And they wanted me to be an example of youth involvement in the SCV. So, yeah, all right. I got my surprise ready. I didn't know if I was going to get it ready in time, but now I do. So yeah, they wanted to get more youth involvement. At the time, I still was unsure. I was about to go off to college. I was about to move up to Oxford, Mississippi. I'm about to be away from my camp. Do I really want to try to get involved in the state when it's going to be a 4-hour drive just to be involved in my camp? And I did make that drive. I love my camp. Camp pride is very important, if you ask me. So what happened is they finally convinced me to at least talk to him. Or no. It was when they first tried to take down the monument in the circle at Ole Miss. I was very much against it, very vocal about it. And it was at that time I started really seeing. Before that, I knew that, people out there didn't like our heritage, but I didn't understand the true hatred and people wanting it to be completely wiped away like I do now. And it was just when I first started seeing it at Ole Miss my freshman year. And so it was really bothering me. And they tried to move the monument. Me and a couple of my friends went out there and protested. And, of course, they didn't move it again for another 2 years, or tried to for another 2 years. That April rolls around. Connor's coming up to the University Grays camp's memorial service. And I was going to go because they're, of course, right around the corner. And I wanted to go to Memorial Day service. It's something I always did in April. It was my chance to go to another camp's memorial service, so I took it. There, Connor spoke. And I never heard of him before, never seen him again. I was just very active in the camp. They told me to do stuff. I did it. And I heard Connor speak, and my camp adjutant, Greg's voice came back into my head. And I started remembering, you should talk to Connor. Y'all need to get involved together and try to do some stuff on the division level. We really need some youth involvement to make sure that the SCV is successful in defending its heritage. That popped up back in my head. And again, this was right in the middle of when the attacks started really becoming noticeable to me. So I went up and me and Connor talked for maybe 2-3 hours in the Confederate cemetery where they hosted it. So we were around the Confederate soldier when we talked. And that was a very emotional, very awesome talk. And we came up with all these ideas. One of them was a podcast, talk about stuff in the Mississippi Division and Mississippi Confederate heritage. And that slowly transformed to SCV Chat. So that's how early SCV Chat happened, all the way back in 2019, or at least the idea of us wanting to do something. And, of course, I didn't really talk to Connor again until June when we had our division reunion. He had my number. Me and him talked a bit. But it was really at that division reunion in 2019 when me and Connor's relationship and friendship and brotherhood kind of took off. And he was elected division commander for his first term in 2019. Me and Dad were there. If you are a follower, making sure he doesn't know yet. Okay, no, he doesn't know. If you were a follower on my personal SCV page I have here on Facebook, or you saw the SCV Chat share, I posted the picture of me, Connor, and my father when he first won the election. And again, from there, it just took off. And me and him talked every day about what we could do for our Confederate heritage and what we could do to protect it. And of course, we all know what that relationship turned out. It turned out SCV Chat, something that I could not imagine back then. It would turn into what it is now, viewed by 1,000 people an episode, seen by over close to 500,000 a year. Had no idea at that time. And it kept growing from there. And it's been an awesome friendship that has helped me do something I love to the extreme, which is the SCV and the Confederate soldier. And it's given me a friendship and a brotherhood that I'll never forget. So he's going out of office. He won, first person, and he's also the youngest Mississippi Division Commander. He's also the first person to win re-election for Division Commander. So he served for 4 years. He has termed out. He is, going out of office this Saturday. And so I wanted to give a bit of time here on the show while he's not here to stop me and talk about my Mississippi Division Commander, Connor Bond, and the friendship he's given me, brother. I cannot explain it. And I thank you for all the opportunities you gave me, the opportunity to get involved in the SCV to this extent today. You've made my dreams come true. And you've been a great division commander. And I know whatever you set your sights onto in the SCV and the world, you will succeed in flying colors. And of course, you're stuck with me as co-host for the SCV Chat until we run it into the ground. So you're stuck with me. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you share this episode out and tune in Monday for SCV Chat at 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time. And remember, send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups to SCV Chat Youth Outreach, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. And if you are a camp or division that would like to talk about a project live on Look Around the Confederation, please email us at scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com. Thank you all for watching. I will see you Monday. And remember to stay Southern, my friends. Night, everybody.
I got involved in the SCV because I was essentially born into the organization. My father was a camp commander when I was at a very young age. It is my birthright. My ancestors fought and bled and died because of their sacrifice. It gives me not only the eligibility to join, but it's my duty to join the organization. Their blood flows through my veins. Their struggles and triumphs are what made my family what it was, and in a sense made me who I am today. We're to defend the Confederate soldier's good name, that he fought for a noble cause, that he fought for his home, his wife, his children, and his descendants. We're to guard his history, which to me, it's the monuments, it's the headstones, as well as the actual written history of what happened during that war. If we don't pay attention to that history, we're gonna be doomed to repeat it. We're not just some history club. We are a fraternal organization who is essentially the last guardians whose duty it is to defend American and Southern history. I'm Connor Bond, and I'm a descendant of Captain Nathan W. Slay, a Confederate veteran.